My dear friends, we shall explore the profound truth of how to force yourself to stay disciplined, consistent, and strong. But first, let us understand that this force we speak of is not an external power, but the very essence of your divine nature. Imagine, if you will, that you are already the person you wish to be, disciplined, consistent, and strong. Feel it, know it, and live in that state now. For in truth, that version of you already exists in the realm of infinite possibilities. Your task is not to become something you're not, but to realize and embody what you truly are. Now let us delve deeper into the nature of discipline. Discipline is not a harsh taskmaster that stands over you with a whip, forcing you to act against your will. No, true discipline is the joyous expression of your higher self. It is the natural state of being when you are aligned with your divine purpose. To force yourself to stay disciplined is to constantly remind yourself of your true nature. It is to live from the end, to embody the state of the person you wish to be. When you wake in the morning, do not arise as the person you were yesterday, burdened by past failures and inconsistencies. Instead, wake as the disciplined being you truly are. Feel it in every fiber of your being. Let every action, every thought, every breath be an expression of this disciplined self. Remember, my dear friends, that your imagination is the God-given power through which you create your reality. Use this power wisely. Imagine yourself moving through your day with unwavering discipline. See yourself making choices that align with your highest good, effortlessly resisting temptations that would lead you astray. Live in this imaginal act until it becomes your new normal, your new reality. Now let us turn our attention to consistency. Consistency is the bridge between your current state and your desired state. It is through consistent action, consistent thought, and consistent feeling that you bring your desires into manifestation. But consistency is not about forcing yourself to repeat actions you despise. No, true consistency flows naturally when you're living in the state of your wish fulfilled. To force yourself to stay consistent, you must first change your concept of self. See yourself as a being of unwavering consistency. Feel the satisfaction of following through on your commitments day after day. Revel in the joy of steady progress towards your goals. Live in this state, and you will find that consistency becomes effortless. Understand that every moment is a new opportunity to choose who you want to be. In each instant, you have the power to align yourself with the version of you that is disciplined and consistent. Do not be discouraged by past inconsistencies. They hold no power over you unless you give them power through your attention and belief. Let us now explore the nature of strength. Strength is not merely physical prowess or mental fortitude. True strength is the unshakable knowing of your divine nature. It is the calm assurance that you are one with the infinite power that creates worlds. To force yourself to stay strong is to constantly return to this knowing. When faced with challenges or setbacks, do not identify with the temporary appearance of weakness. Instead, claim your true identity as a being of infinite strength. Feel it coursing through you. Know that you have within you the power to overcome any obstacle, to rise above any circumstance. Imagine yourself standing firm in the face of adversity, unmoved by the storms of life. See yourself as a beacon of strength, inspiring others through your unwavering resolve. Live in this state and you will find that strength becomes your natural way of being. Now, my dear friends, let us understand that these three qualities, discipline, consistency, and strength, are not separate entities to be pursued individually. They are interconnected aspects of your divine nature, flowing one into the other in a beautiful dance of being. As you embody discipline, you naturally become more consistent. As you maintain consistency, your strength grows. And as you stand in your strength, discipline becomes effortless. This is the glorious cycle of self-realization and manifestation. But how? You may ask, do we maintain this state in the face of a world that seems to constantly challenge our resolve? The answer lies in your power of assumption. Assume the state of the person you wish to be. Feel it, live it, breathe it. Let every thought, every word, every action spring from this assumed state. When you find yourself slipping from this state, Do not judge or condemn yourself. Simply recognize it as an opportunity to once again choose who you want to be. In that moment, recall the feeling of being disciplined, consistent, and strong. Step back into that state with joy and gratitude. Remember, the outer world is but a reflection of your inner state. If you find yourself struggling to maintain discipline, consistency, and strength, look not to external circumstances for the cause. Look within. What beliefs are you holding that do not align with your desired state? What concept of self are you clinging to that does not serve your highest good? Change these inner conditions and you will see a corresponding change in your outer world. For as within, so without. As above, so below. This is the law of your being, the principle upon which all creation rests. Now, let us speak of the seeming effort involved in forcing yourself to stay disciplined, consistent, and strong. Understand that this force is not a violence against your nature, but a loving redirection of your energy. It is the gentle but firm hand that guides you back to your true self when you have momentarily forgotten who you are. This force is love in action. It is the love you have for your highest self, the love that compels you to live up to your divine potential. When you force yourself to stay disciplined, you are choosing love over complacency. When you force yourself to stay consistent, you are choosing love over momentary pleasure. When you force yourself to stay strong, you are choosing love over fear. Embrace this force. Welcome it as a dear friend, a trusted guide on your journey of self-realization. For in truth, it is not something outside of you forcing you to be something you are not. It is your true self calling you home, urging you to claim your divine birthright. As you walk this path, you may encounter moments of doubt. You may question whether you have what it takes to maintain this state of discipline, consistency, and strength. In these moments, I urge you to return to the fundamental truth of your being. You are not a limited mortal creature struggling to become something greater. You are an infinite, divine being, temporarily playing the role of a limited mortal. Your task is not to become disciplined, consistent, and strong. Your task is to remember that you already are these things in your true nature. The force you use is not to create something new, but to strip away the false beliefs and limitations that obscure your true self. Imagine, if you will, a sculpture hidden within a block of marble. The sculptor does not create the statue. He simply removes the excess marble to reveal the masterpiece that was always there. In the same way, you are not creating a disciplined, consistent, and strong version of yourself. You are simply removing the thoughts, beliefs, and habits that hide your true nature. This process of revealing your true self requires patience and persistence. Do not be discouraged if you do not see immediate results in your outer world. Remember, the outer must conform to the inner, but it often does so in its own time and in its own way. Your job is to maintain the inner state, to live from the end, to be the person you wish to be now, in your imagination. As you do this, you set in motion the forces that will bring about the corresponding changes in your life. Let us now explore how this principle of forcing yourself to stay disciplined, consistent, and strong applies to various aspects of your life. In your relationships, for example, imagine yourself as a person who consistently shows up with love, patience, and understanding. Feel the joy of being a rock of stability for your loved ones. Live in this state and watch as your relationships transform. In your career, see yourself as a paragon of discipline and strength. Imagine moving through your workday with focus and determination, consistently producing excellent results. Feel the satisfaction of being known as someone who can always be relied upon. As you live in this state, you will find opportunities for growth and advancement naturally coming your way. In your health and fitness journey, embody the state of someone who makes consistently healthy choices. Feel the strength and vitality coursing through your body. Experience the discipline of choosing nourishing foods and engaging in regular exercise. As you maintain this state, you will find your outer appearance and energy levels naturally aligning with your inner vision. In your spiritual practices, See yourself as a being of unwavering devotion. Feel the strength of your connection to the divine. Experience the consistency of your daily spiritual rituals. As you live in this state, you will find your awareness expanding, your intuition sharpening, and your sense of oneness with all of life deepening. Remember, in all these areas and more, you are not working to create something new. You are simply aligning yourself with the truth of your being, allowing your outer world to reflect your inner state. Now, my dear friends, let us address a common misconception. Some may believe that forcing oneself to stay disciplined, consistent, and strong is a joyless, burdensome task. Nothing could be further from the truth. When you are living in alignment with your true nature, when you are expressing your highest self, there's no greater joy, no deeper satisfaction. The force we speak of is not the gritting of teeth or the clenching of fists. It is the gentle but firm redirection of your attention and energy towards that which serves your highest good. It is the loving choice to honor your divine nature in each moment. Consider a river flowing towards the ocean. The river does not struggle or strain. It simply flows, naturally following the path of least resistance. Yet in its flowing, it shapes mountains, carves valleys, and brings life to all it touches. This is the nature of the force we speak of. Effortless yet powerful, gentle yet transformative. As you force yourself to stay disciplined, consistent, and strong, you are like this river. You are not fighting against your nature, but flowing in harmony with it. You are not creating discipline, consistency, and strength, but allowing these qualities to express themselves through you. Let us now delve deeper into the practice of living from this state. Begin each day by immersing yourself in the feeling of being disciplined, consistent, and strong. Before you open your eyes in the morning, feel the satisfaction of knowing that you are a person who follows through on commitments. Feel the strength that comes from knowing you can handle any challenge that comes your way. Feel the peace that comes from consistent alignment with your highest self. As you move through your day, continually return to this state. When faced with a choice, ask yourself, what would the disciplined, consistent, and strong version of me do in this situation? Then act from that state. Do not simply imagine it. Embody it fully. Remember, my friends, that your outer world is a reflection of your inner state. If you find yourself struggling to maintain discipline, consistency, and strength in your actions, look to your inner world. What thoughts are you entertaining? What emotions are you indulging in? What state are you assuming? Change your inner state, and your outer world must change to match it. This is the law of your being, as sure and unchanging as the law of gravity. Just as an apple must fall when released from your hand, so must your outer circumstances align with your inner state. Now let us address the challenges you may face on this journey. There may be times when you feel you have fallen short, when you have acted in ways that do not align with the disciplined, consistent, and strong version of yourself. In these moments, remember that you are not defined by your actions, but by the state you choose to occupy. Do not dwell on the apparent failure. Do not give it power by reliving it in your imagination. Instead, immediately return to the state of being disciplined, consistent, and strong. Feel it, know it, live it. For in truth, there's no failure unless you accept it as such in your consciousness. Every moment is a new opportunity to choose who you want to be. The past has no power over you except that which you give it through your attention and belief. Choose now to be the person you wish to be, regardless of what has gone before. As you practice living from this state, you may find that certain habits or patterns in your life no longer serve you. You may feel compelled to make changes in your diet, your daily routine, your relationships, or your work. Welcome these changes. They are the natural result. Remember, as you elevate your state of being, that which does not align with your new state must fall away. This is not a loss, but a clearing away of that which no longer serves your highest good. Embrace it with gratitude, knowing that you are making room for that which aligns with your true self. Now, let us explore the ripple effects of maintaining this state of discipline, consistency, and strength. As you embody these qualities, you become a living example to those around you. Without a word, you inspire others to rise to their own highest potential. Your relationships improve as others come to see you as a pillar of strength and reliability. Your work life transforms as you consistently produce excellent results. Your health flourishes as you make consistently healthy choices. Your spiritual life deepens as you maintain a consistent practice. But beyond these outer changes, there's a profound inner transformation taking place. As you force yourself to stay disciplined, consistent, and strong, you are constantly reaffirming your true identity. You are choosing, moment by moment, to align with your highest self. This constant choice, this ongoing affirmation of your true nature, is the essence of spiritual growth. It is the process by which you shed the limitations of the ego and step into the fullness of your divine being. Understand, my dear friends, that this journey is not about becoming something you are not. It is about remembering and embodying who you truly are. The discipline, consistency, and strength we speak of are not qualities to be acquired, but aspects of your divine nature to be expressed. As you walk this path, you may encounter resistance from within. Old habits, limiting beliefs, and fear-based thoughts may arise to challenge your new state. Welcome these challenges. They are opportunities to reaffirm your choice, to strengthen your resolve, to deepen your embodiment of your true self. When these challenges arise, do not fight against them. Do not give them power by engaging in mental battle. Instead, simply return your attention to the state of being disciplined, consistent, and strong. Feel it, live it, be it. The challenges will dissolve in the light of your chosen state, like shadows fleeing before the rising sun. Remember, my friends, that you are not alone on this journey. You are supported by the very fabric of the universe, by the infinite intelligence that flows through all things. This intelligence responds to your state of being, bringing into your experience that which aligns with your chosen state. As you force yourself to stay disciplined, consistent, and strong, you are sending out a clear signal to the universe. You are declaring through your state of being, this is who I am. And the universe, in its infinite wisdom and love, responds by reflecting back to you experiences that match your declaration. This is the true meaning of ask, and it shall be given unto you. Your state of being is your ask, and the universe cannot help but give you experiences that match that state. It is the law of your being, as certain as the rising and setting of the sun. So, my dear friends, I urge you to embrace this practice with all your heart. Force yourself to stay disciplined, consistent, and strong, not as a burden, but as a joyous expression of your true nature. Live from this state, not occasionally, but constantly. Let it become your new normal. As you do this, you will find that life begins to flow with an ease and grace you may have never known before. Opportunities will arise that align perfectly with your goals and desires. Challenges will become stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. You will move through life with a sense of purpose and power that comes from knowing and embodying your true self. Remember, the key to this transformation lies not in your actions, but in your state of being. Your actions will naturally align with your state. So focus not on doing, but on being. Be the disciplined, consistent, and strong version of yourself now in your imagination. Feel it, live it, breathe it. Let every thought, every word, every action spring from this state. And as you do this, watch and wonder as your outer world transforms to match your inner state. For this is the true magic of life, the miracle of consciousness in action. You are the operant power in your world, the creator of your reality. Use this power wisely. Use it lovingly. Use it for the highest good of all. In closing, my dear friends, I remind you once again of the truth of your being. You are not a limited mortal struggling to become something greater. You are an infinite, divine being temporarily playing the role of a limited mortal. The discipline, consistency, and strength we speak of are not qualities to be acquired, but aspects of your true nature to be expressed. So go forth with joy and confidence. Force yourself to stay disciplined, consistent, and strong, not as a burden, but as a celebration of who you truly are. Live from this state and watch as miracles unfold in your life. For in truth, the greatest miracle is the transformation of your own consciousness, the realization and expression of your divine nature. Remember, the world is you pushed out. As you transform your inner world, your outer world must transform to match it. This is the law of your being, the principle upon which all creation rests. Use it wisely, use it lovingly, and watch as your life becomes a living testament to the power of consciousness in action. You are the master of your fate, the captain of your soul. You have within you the power to shape your reality according to your highest vision. Use this power. Embrace it. Live from it. For in doing so, you not only transform your own life, but you contribute to the transformation of the entire world. As you force yourself to stay disciplined, consistent, and strong, you become a beacon of light in a world that often seems shrouded in darkness. Your very being becomes a reminder to others of their own divine potential. Without uttering a word, you inspire those around you to rise to their highest selves. Consider for a moment the impact of your transformation. As you embody discipline, consistency, and strength, you naturally inspire these qualities in others. Your children learn from your example. Your colleagues are motivated by your unwavering commitment. Your friends are uplifted by your steady presence. In this way, your personal transformation becomes a catalyst for collective growth. But the impact of your transformation extends far beyond your immediate circle. As you align with your true nature, you contribute to the elevation of the collective consciousness. Each time you choose discipline over laziness, consistency over chaos, strength over weakness, you add your energy to the global shift towards higher awareness. Imagine, if you will, a vast ocean. Your individual consciousness is like a drop in this ocean. As you raise your vibration through the practice, we've discussed you elevate not just your own drop, but you create ripples that affect the entire ocean. This is the profound responsibility and the glorious opportunity that lies before you. Now, my dear friends, I urge you to take this practice beyond the confines of this speech. Let it permeate every aspect of your life. When you wake in the morning, immediately assume the state of being disciplined, consistent, and strong. Feel it in every cell of your body. Let it inform your thoughts, your words, your actions throughout the day. When faced with a challenge, do not shrink back into old patterns of thought and behavior. Instead, ask yourself, how would the disciplined, consistent, and strong version of me handle this situation? Then, act from that state. Be that person now in your imagination. Remember, the outer world may not change overnight. There may be a time lag between your inner shift and its outer manifestation. Do not be discouraged by this. Maintain your faith. Hold steady in your new state of being, for as surely as night follows day, your outer world must conform to your inner state. In moments of doubt or weakness, when you feel tempted to fall back into old patterns, recall this truth. You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You are not your circumstances. You are the awareness behind all these things. You are the chooser of your state of being. In every moment, you have the power to choose again, to realign with your highest self. Let this knowing be your anchor in stormy seas. Let it be the bedrock upon which you build your new life. For in truth, there is no force in the universe that can override your choice of state. You are the master of your fate, the captain of your soul. As we draw this speech to a close, I want you to take a moment to fully embody the state we've been discussing. Close your eyes if you wish and feel what it's like to be truly disciplined, consistent, and strong. Feel the calm certainty that comes from knowing you can rely on yourself. Feel the quiet strength that flows through you. Feel the peace that comes from consistent alignment with your highest self. This, my dear friends, is your true nature. This is who you really are beneath the surface appearance of limitation and struggle. Claim this state now. Embrace it fully. Let it become your new normal. And as you go forth from this place, carry this state with you. Let it inform every thought, every word, every action. Let it be the lens through which you view the world and yourself. For as you do this, you set in motion forces beyond your imagining. You align yourself with the creative power of the universe itself. Remember, the practice of forcing yourself to stay disciplined, consistent, and strong is not about struggle or strain. It is about aligning with your true nature, about expressing the divine perfection that already exists within you. It is a joyous affirmation of who you really are. So go forth with confidence and joy. Embrace this practice with all your heart, for in doing so, you not only transform your own life, but you contribute to the transformation of the entire world. You become a living example of the power of consciousness in action, a beacon of light in a world hungry for inspiration. My dear friends, you stand at the threshold of a new life, a life of power, purpose, and infinite possibility. The key to this new life lies not in some distant future, but in the choices you make right now, in this very moment. Choose wisely. Choose lovingly. Choose to be the highest version of yourself. For in this choice lies the secret of all creation, the mystery of life itself. You are the author of your own story, the creator of your own reality. Write a story of discipline, consistency, and strength. Create a reality that reflects your highest vision of yourself in the world. And as you do this, know that you are fulfilling your divine purpose. You are expressing the infinite potential that lies within you. You are becoming who you truly are. I say to you one fine man, force yourself to stay disciplined, consistent, and strong. Not as a burden, but as a joyous expression of your true nature. Not as a struggle against yourself, but as a loving affirmation of who you really are. Do this, and watch as miracles unfold in your life. Do this and become the living embodiment of your highest potential. Do this and transform not only your own life, but the very world around you. The power is yours. The choice is yours. The time is now. Thank you, my dear friends. Go forth and create the life you've always dreamed of. For in truth, that life is already within you, waiting to be expressed. Express it now with all the discipline, consistency, and strength of your divine nature.
My friend, the world outside is a mirror, ever eager to distract you, to pull you into the illusion of noise, of chatter, of spectacle. But I will show you a secret, a truth that does not demand applause, nor does it shine under the spotlight of others. This truth is quiet, invisible, and powerful beyond measure. It begins when you decide to turn inward, to focus on yourself, and to work not for the eyes of others, but in silence, in faith, in certainty of your own divine imagination. You were not sent into this world to chase approval or applause. You were sent here to discover that everything you could ever desire already lies within you, not outside, not in the opinions of men, not in the judgment of the crowd, but within, where God, the I Am, speaks softly. The one who achieves great things does not always speak of them. The oak tree was once a silent acorn. The rose blooms quietly in the dark soil. You too must return to the root, your own being, and from there begin the silent labor that creates miracles. Stop explaining your dreams. Do not dilute them by seeking validation. Every time you share a seed too soon, the wind may blow it away. Instead, plant it deep in the fertile soil of your imagination, and water it daily with faith. The world rewards results, but God, which is your own wonderful imagination, responds to belief. Not belief in some far-off deity, but belief in yourself, in your assumption of already being the one you desire to be. So do not concern yourself with how things appear. Do not fret when others seem to be ahead, for those who appear loud and celebrated today may vanish tomorrow like mist. But the one who walks in silence, who sows in darkness, will harvest in daylight what the world calls miracles. The masses chatter, argue, boast, and compare. But you are to be different. You are to rise early in spirit and declare within yourself, I am already the person I desire to be. You are to move through your day with dignity, not rushing to announce your progress, but embodying the end as though it were already fulfilled. This is true power, the still assurance that what you have imagined in silence must appear in form. Work hard, yes, but not with the sweat of fear or the anxiety of public approval. Work with joy, with purpose, and with a knowing that the invisible labor of imagination always precedes the visible rewards of the physical world. There is nothing noble about exhaustion for the sake of appearance, but there is majesty in focused, quiet effort that aligns your inner world with the outer. Every time you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you are working in silence. You are rearranging the unseen causes. Your imagination is the workshop where God creates, and your emotions are the signal that the seed has taken root. When you imagine with conviction, not hoping, not wishing, but knowing, you are doing sacred work, even if no one sees it. You are not here to announce every move, nor to display your progress for applause. The harvest does not brag about the months it spent in darkness. The flower does not post its growth every hour, and neither should you. The most profound transformations are quiet. The most powerful breakthroughs begin within, where only you and God dwell. So choose now to stop explaining your path. Walk it. Choose now to stop defending your dream. Live it. Choose now to stop sharing every detail of your process. Protect it like a flame in the wind. For when you no longer need others to believe in your vision, that is when your vision begins to manifest. No one needs to understand your hunger. It was not given to them, it was given to you. You are not required to prove your dream to anyone. It is not a committee decision. It is a divine unfolding, and it begins in silence, in the dark chamber of your mind, where you dare to see yourself as already fulfilled. Now listen to me, this is the secret most never discover. The imagination is not idle fantasy. It is creative cause. Everything you see in your world was once imagined, and everything you are imagining now will soon be seen. But the bridge between imagining and becoming is forged in silence. The silence of self-discipline, of inner attention, of unwavering faith. When you focus on yourself, you are not being selfish. You are being responsible. You are saying, I will not outsource my power. I will not give my mind to distraction. I will not feed the opinions of others. I will return to my center. That is the moment your life changes. Not when the crowd cheers, but when you decide to honor your own voice above all others. Speak to yourself like this: I am already who I want to be. I am successful. I am loved. I am radiant. I am powerful. I am wealthy. I am whole. Speak these words in the morning before the world has a chance to shout. Speak them at night when the mind returns to source. These words are not empty. They are seeds, and they do not need announcement. They need faith. Work hard, yes. Give your best. Apply yourself fully. But do it not from desperation or the need to prove. Do it from joy, from love, from the quiet assurance that what you build in secret will be seen in time. When you work in silence, you are cooperating with a law far greater than public recognition. You are cooperating with the law of assumption, which tells you that what you assume to be true, though denied by the senses, will harden into fact. The reason many people never see their dreams realized is not because the dream was impossible, but because they shared it too soon. They sought validation. They allowed doubt to creep in through another's disapproval. But the wise one guards the seed. The wise one says, I know who I am becoming, even if no one else sees it yet. Do not underestimate the power of silence. It is in silence that the caterpillar becomes the butterfly. It is in silence that the artist conceives his masterpiece. It is in silence that your imagination is heard most clearly. When the noise of the world fades, the voice of God, your own I am, can rise. You need not respond to every critic. You need not defend your process. Let them speak. Let them wonder. You have chosen a higher path. You have chosen to focus on your becoming, not your broadcasting. You are not here to impress, but to express. And that expression will be born in time, perfect and undeniable. Every assumption you dwell in, every feeling you embody, is forming your future. And if you persist, not with frantic effort, but with silent inner knowing, your world must conform. It is not optional. It is law. Your outer world is the echo of your inner conversations. What are you whispering to yourself? What are you imagining when no one is watching? Work hard in silence. Focus on your habits, your health, your craft, your imagination. Focus on what you consume, not just with your mouth, but with your mind. What you read, what you watch, what you allow into your sacred temple, all of it shapes you, and no one else is responsible for it. You must protect your peace as fiercely as a lion protects its cub. Success does not need noise. True power does not demand attention. Think of the great ones. Those who moved history. Did they scream for recognition? No, they focused on their purpose, and the world made room. So too shall it make room for you when you focus and work in silence. For silence is not emptiness. It is the womb of creation. When you keep your eyes on your own becoming, you stop comparing. You stop measuring. You begin to see life not as a race, but as a revelation. You are unfolding, blooming, awakening. And no flower rushes its bloom because another has bloomed nearby. It simply becomes, and so must you. Every morning you wake, decide again. Decide to be faithful to your vision. Decide to assume the best of yourself. Decide to work, not for eyes, not for praise, but because it is who you are. Do not wait for motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but purpose is eternal. Discipline is sacred, and silence, sweet silence, is the soil in which greatness grows. If you must speak, speak to yourself in love. Speak to yourself in the language of victory, of completion, of success already attained. Speak in inner whispers of gratitude. Thank you, Father, it is done. Speak with conviction, not noise, for noise is often the voice of fear. But when you walk through the world like this, silently powerful, inwardly fulfilled, eyes on your own garden, you become magnetic. Things begin to shift. People begin to wonder. But you do not explain. You continue. You persist. And the world, without even knowing why, begins to adjust itself to reflect your inner world. Focus on yourself. That is not isolation. That is devotion. That is loyalty to your own soul. And work hard, yes, but let it be sacred labor. Let every action be born from the end fulfilled. Let your movement flow from your assumption, and let your assumption remain undisturbed by external conditions. What you build in silence will shout for you in time, but do not rush the shout. Let it rise naturally. Let the evidence of your inner world blossom when it is ready. Until then, keep the secret. Guard it like a jewel. Protect your peace. Nurture your becoming. You do not need to announce. You need only assume. You do not need to prove. You need only persist. For as surely as the sun rises without noise, your dream too shall rise, in perfect timing, in divine expression, and the world will say, "How did this happen?" But you will know. You will know it happened in the silence where only you and God dwelled. So focus, beloved. Return to yourself. Be still. Be patient. Work. Imagine. Persist. Assume. And above all, do it in silence. Every time you return to the quiet space of your inner world, you are feeding the true source of your transformation. And in that sacred silence, there is no need to rush, no need to explain, no need to seek agreement. The agreement has already been made. Between your present self and your imagined self, you have already seen the end. You have already felt it to be true. Now the only task is to remain faithful to it. As you walk through the world, people will wonder what you're doing. Some will try to distract you. Others will misunderstand your silence. Let them. Let them question. Let them gossip. Let them fill their days with noise. That is not your concern. You are not here to be loud. You are here to be clear. And clarity does not scream. Clarity walks with quiet power. You are not chasing what is yours. You are aligning with it. And that alignment takes place in the stillness of your being, in the focused work you do when no one is watching, in the prayers you whisper not with your lips but with your emotional conviction. You are not trying to make something happen. You are letting what already exists become visible through your unwavering faith in its reality. When you work in silence, when you nurture your dream in secret, you become an instrument for divine intelligence. You allow God to work through you, not the God of dogma or distance but the God of your imagination, the I am within you, which creates according to the pattern you impress upon it. It needs no audience. It needs your belief, and belief is quiet, rooted, unshakable. I say to you, work as though everything you want is already yours. Live as if your vision is already real. Let each small action be sacred. Each moment of discipline a declaration. I am already the one I desire to be. There is no striving in this. There is no noise. There is only movement from truth. And yes, there will be moments when doubt creeps in. There will be temptations to compare, to explain, to announce. Resist them. For in the silence, your power grows. Every time you remain inwardly faithful despite outward contradiction, you are building the invisible bridge of assumption that leads to manifestation. Let others post their progress. Let them talk. You are sculpting destiny in the invisible. You are working with eternal laws, not passing trends. And while they seek attention, you seek alignment. While they perform for the world, you prepare for the promise. And so you wake each day with quiet certainty. You tend to your vision like a gardener tends to the soil. You water it with belief, not noise. You feed it with attention, not explanation. And you know that it must grow. Because the law of life is simple. What you feel to be true becomes your experience. And what you persist in assuming must show itself in time. You do not need witnesses. You do not need applause. You need only the discipline to return to the vision again and again, until it becomes more real than your current circumstance. That is the true work. That is the sacred labor. And it is always done in silence. So remain steadfast. Hold the feeling. Continue your work. Your silence is not emptiness. It is power in its purest form. It is alignment. It is trust. It is creative command. And when the day arrives, and it will when the world finally sees the fruit of what you built in secret, they will call you lucky. They will call you blessed. But you will know the truth. You simply focused on yourself and worked hard in silence. In that knowing you will smile. Not because you finally got what you desired, but because you realize you always had it. You simply became the version of yourself who allowed it to be expressed. That's what working in silence does. It strips away the noise, the pretending, the trying, and reveals the essence of who you truly are, a creator, a chooser, an embodiment of the divine imagination. You must understand, the greatest transformations happen when the world is asleep to your efforts, not because the world is against you, but because your journey is sacred. It is not meant for mass discussion. It is meant for personal revelation. Just as a seed grows best in the dark, moist soil without disturbance, your manifestations grow in the hidden chambers of your consciousness. Guard them. Tend to them. Do not dig them up to check their progress. Do not explain them to those who cannot see them. Remain faithful. You are not behind. You are not lost. You are simply learning to trust the silence, to honor your own inner timing. And in that timing, you are becoming magnetic. Things will begin to come to you. Ideas, opportunities, people. All of it drawn not by effort alone, but by alignment, by the silent language of vibration, the signal that says I already am. Remember this, the quietest people often carry the loudest power. They don't need to shout. Their lives speak. Their peace speaks. Their results speak. And this is the path you are on. You are not here to convince. You are here to embody. You are not here to beg. You are here to assume. And that assumption, once lived in silently, becomes a force of nature. If you find yourself doubting, return to the vision. Don't run to others for reassurance. Run to the inner scene. Feel it again. Live it again in mind. Because your imagination is not idle daydreaming. It is divine construction. It is the architect's plan. And when you return to it, you return to power. The real work is never loud. It's done at dawn, while others sleep. It's done in your breath as you affirm quietly. It is done. It's done while you walk, while you eat, while you move through the world with silent confidence, that what you feel within must take form. This is not arrogance. This is alignment. This is not pretending. This is participating in the divine flow. So keep going. Keep refining yourself. Keep showing up. But do it for you, not for applause, not for attention, and especially not for validation. You don't need the world to believe in you. You need only to believe in yourself. And if you do, you will see something extraordinary. Life itself will bend to your inner conviction. There is nothing more powerful than a soul that is focused and undisturbed. No outer chaos can shake the one who lives from within. No delay can discourage the one who sees the end clearly. No setback can break the one who knows. This too is part of my unfolding. That's you. That's who you are becoming. Or better said, that's who you are revealing. Because you've always been it. Let the world remain noisy. Let the distractions pass you by. Let the opinions come and go. But you stay focused. Stay faithful. Stay quiet. The universe hears you. Life hears you. Your assumption is being recorded. Your vibration is being received. And your reward, inevitable. Now close your eyes once again and dwell in the end. Imagine the scene that implies your wish is already fulfilled. Not tomorrow. Not next year. Now feel the relief, the joy, the gratitude. And know, that is the real work. And the more you do it in stillness, the faster it must appear. You don't have to be loud. You just have to be sure. Being sure is not about shouting your certainty from rooftops. It's about walking through life with an unshakable calm. It's in the way you speak less, but think more deliberately. It's in the way you decline distractions, not with anger, but but with inner clarity. You are not being cold, you are being aligned. You are tuning out the unnecessary, so you can tune into the truth, that your world is you pushed out, and your inner world must always come first. This is why your silence matters, not because you are hiding, but because you are refining. You are becoming precise, specific, focused. You are no longer spreading your energy thin, chasing every new idea or every flash of attention. You are moving from a place of purpose. That purpose may be invisible to others, but it is luminous within you. And as you water that inner flame daily with intention and devotion, it becomes undeniable, first to you then to the world. So continue choosing you, continue honoring the unseen. While others speak of hustle and chase, you choose harmony and alignment. While others need recognition to feel progress, you need only to feel the truth of your assumption, to know you are progressing. You are no longer measuring by appearances, you are measuring by resonance, and that is the shift that creates all others. There will come a time when the things you once fought for will begin to appear without struggle, not because you gave up, but because you gave in, to your imagination, to your belief, to your own silent authority. You gave up the noise, you gave up the race, and in doing so you became the one who already has it. That is the essence of power, not waiting, not trying, but being. Now you move differently. You no longer react to every disturbance. You no longer explain your steps. You know where you're going, even if the path looks invisible to others. And the more you trust that invisible path, the more visible your manifestations will become. This is the paradox. Those who work silently in faith are the ones who see the loudest results. And you realize, your energy is too valuable to be spent on defending your vision. To those who cannot yet see it, it is better spent on embodying it, quietly, fully each day. You are the only one who needs to feel it. You are the only one who needs to see it within. For as you continue to see it in here, the world out there will adjust. It must, for it is law. You've stopped waiting for proof. You've stopped searching for permission. You have chosen instead to dwell in the end, to act in accordance with your higher self. And in that choice, you've become free. Free from the need for applause. Free from the fear of being misunderstood. Free from the noise. You have learned to be still within, and that stillness now governs your life. Let them ask questions. Let them wonder what you're up to. Smile, but say nothing, for your future is not up for discussion. It is for realization. You are not building a show. You are building substance, and substance takes time. It takes solitude. It takes silence. Each time you return to your vision in imagination, you are reinforcing the blueprint of your future. You are feeding it energy. You are confirming to the universe that this is who I am, and in return the universe will arrange the people, places and circumstances to reflect that inner truth. So hold firm, do not waver, and above all, do not rush to be seen. The most extraordinary works of art are created far from the crowd. The greatest victories are born in moments of solitude, and the most powerful transformations happen not when others are watching, but when you are watching yourself. And so, my beloved friend, remember this: your power does not lie in how loudly you declare your intentions to the world, but in how faithfully you live them in silence. You do not need permission. You do not need applause. You only need the quiet knowing that your assumption is truth, and truth does not need to shout. It simply is. Focus on yourself, not out of selfishness, but out of divine responsibility. Work hard, not to prove, but to express your inner conviction, and do it all in silence, for silence is sacred. It is the space where God moves, where imagination creates, where your future is forged in faith. Let the world remain noisy. Let the doubters speak. You stay steady, stay faithful, stay quiet. For what you build in silence, the world will one day call unstoppable. And when that day comes, you will not be surprised. You will simply smile, because you knew it all along. Live now as though it is already done. Walk now as though you already are. And above all, trust that the unseen work you commit to in silence is writing the loudest story of your life. It is done.
My friend, listen very carefully. For I am going to reveal to you something so simple, so effortless, that if you dare to apply it, your life, especially your financial life, will never be the same again. There is a truth hidden in plain sight, a secret encoded into the fabric of reality. And that secret is this: what you dare to claim inwardly with conviction, the world must eventually reflect outwardly. The world does not operate by effort, nor by toil, nor by striving. It responds only to one power, the assumption that something is already true. You do not beg for money. You do not chase money. You do not work for money as if it were your master. Money is your servant. Money is the echo of your inner speech. Speak to yourself as one who already possesses great wealth, and wealth must come. That is the law. When I say speak this, and money will find you fast, I do not mean any mere string of words. I speak of words charged with faith, words infused with feeling, words spoken not outwardly but inwardly, into the depth of your being, where creation begins. The inner world of man is the only world that matters. The outer world is only a mirror. It has no power. It only reflects. So if your outer world is showing lack, it is because your inner speech is affirming lack. You must stop right now and revise the conversation you are having with yourself, because what you continue to affirm, whether in worry or hope, will soon take shape in your life. Now I will give you the words. I will give you the utterance that will draw money to you, like iron to a magnet. But remember, the power is not in the words themselves, but in the belief behind them. Speak them with boldness. Speak them with the authority of one who knows that what is imagined is more real than what is seen. Say this silently, in the depths of your being. I am wealthy now. Money flows to me freely, frequently, and from every direction. I live in the feeling of abundance. I am a magnet to riches. I am the source from which prosperity flows. I am. Did you feel that? Not just the words, but the power behind them. That I am is the name of God. That is your true self. The creative force of the universe responds only to that self-definition. Whatever follows your I am will become your reality. It is law. You see, man has been taught to believe in a world outside of himself. He has been taught that money comes from labor, or luck, or external opportunity. But I tell you, all of that is a lie. The only source of money is your own consciousness. Money is an effect, not a cause. It is the outer shadow of the inner assumption. I once knew a man who struggled for years with poverty. He worked tirelessly, ran from one opportunity to the next, tried every method and strategy to earn more, but he remained stuck in scarcity. Why? Because all the while, he was inwardly affirming, I never have enough, I can't afford this. Money doesn't come easily. His inner speech was a prayer to lack, and that prayer was always answered. One day I told him this truth. I told him to stop chasing money and instead speak to himself as one who already had it. I asked him to go to sleep each night in the assumption that he was already wealthy, to walk, breathe, and speak as though he were already rich. At first he resisted. It sounded foolish. But I insisted, you must persist in the assumption that you already have what you desire. That is the only way it can become flesh. He began to do it. He started saying to himself, I am rich. I am abundant. Money comes easily to me. He repeated it over and over, not like a machine, but with conviction. He imagined people congratulating him on his success. He visualized bank accounts overflowing. He spoke only abundance, even when his pockets were empty. Within weeks, things began to shift. A forgotten investment matured. A business opportunity appeared out of nowhere. Clients showed up. Doors opened. And money, real tangible money, flowed to him faster than ever before. Not by accident, not by effort, but by assumption. You see, your inner speech is always creating. The only question is, what are you creating? If you walk around saying, money is hard to make, then money must become hard to make. If you say, I never have enough, then you will never have enough. But if you say, I am wealthy with feeling, if you declare it not as a wish, but as a fact, then you will draw to yourself all the evidence required to support that assumption. This is not positive thinking. This is not wishful dreaming. This is the law, and the law is always working. I ask you now, what are you speaking to yourself? Are you blessing yourself with abundance or cursing yourself with limitation? Most people pray for wealth while affirming poverty in the same breath. They ask the universe for more, while declaring they have less, and they wonder why nothing changes. But the man who assumes he already has, even while appearances suggest otherwise, will soon see the appearances yield to his assumption. To him who hath, more shall be given. Because he has assumed it, the world must conform. So speak this, money is mine now. I see it, I feel it, I am it. Close your eyes and imagine the scene. Feel the leather of the luxury car. Smell the fragrance of new bills in your wallet. Walk through the world as a millionaire, and your world will make it so. The power lies in living from the state, not trying to get to it. You must inhabit the identity of wealth, not chase it. You must speak as one who already possesses the treasure, not one who is begging for crumbs. There is no one to convince but yourself. The outer world is not your enemy, it is your mirror. And once your inner speech is aligned with wealth, the mirror will reflect prosperity. You must revise your vocabulary. Eliminate phrases like, I can't afford it, or I'm broke, or it's too expensive. These are curses. They bind you to poverty. Instead say, money always finds me. I have more than enough. Wealth is natural to me. Do not argue with appearances. Do not fight your current reality. Ignore it. Transcend it. Replace it with a new assumption. The moment you speak with conviction, I am wealthy, the seed is planted. And just as the seed does not question whether it will become a tree, your assumption will grow into form if you do not uproot it with doubt. Speak it every morning. Speak it before you sleep. Speak it in the mirror. Speak it in the silence of your soul. Not to convince the world, but to convince yourself. You are the operant power. The universe responds to you. A woman once came to me in tears. She had lost her job, her savings, her home. She said, I have nothing left. I told her, that's your first lie. You still have the power to speak. Use it. Begin now to speak only of what you desire, never of what you fear. Declare yourself rich, even now. She was skeptical, but desperate. She began to repeat daily, everything I need is already mine. Money comes to me swiftly and constantly. She imagined her bills paid, her account restored, her life renewed. In less than a month, an inheritance was released that she didn't even know was pending. Her entire situation reversed, not because of luck, but because she spoke the reversal into being. Words are not mere sounds. They are spells. They are seeds. Speak only that which you want to harvest. The inner conversation becomes the outer manifestation. Never say, I will be rich. That pushes your wealth into the future. Say, I am rich now. The mind cannot distinguish imagination from reality. So if you imagine it as now, it must show up as now. That is how the law works. You must believe in the unseen more than the seen. You must trust your inner voice more than your senses. The world may say you are poor. The bills may stack up. But your inner speech says, I am rich. And that inner truth will override the illusion. There is only one cause, your imagination. And there is only one effect, your reality. If you change the cause, the effect must change. And so I say again, speak this and money will find you fast. Speak this with faith. I am one with infinite supply. I am prosperity in form. Everywhere I go, money meets me. I am the source and the channel of abundance. I am. Feel it. Say it not as a beggar, but as a king. Say it not as a request, but as a declaration. Remember this eternal truth. What you feel is true, and persist in feeling, will harden into fact. That is the essence of the law. So go now, and revise your self-talk. Plant new seeds. Use your inner speech as the instrument of creation. Speak only abundance, and you shall only receive abundance. Speak poverty, and you shall walk in lack. The choice is yours. The power is yours. The magic is yours. Now, speak, and money will find you fast. Do not delay. Begin now, not tomorrow, not when the conditions seem better, not when the bank account shows improvement, but now in this very moment. Because now is the only time that creates. The future is nothing but a projection of your present assumption. If you assume wealth now, your future must carry the fragrance of riches. If you delay your belief, you delay your manifestation. There is no other way. And I tell you again, do not concern yourself with how it will come. That is not your work. The how belongs to the unseen intelligence, the infinite creative power that orchestrates all things according to the assumptions you hold within. Your job is only to speak, to feel, and to persist. That is the entire operation. Speak it, feel it, persist in it, and money will appear. Perhaps someone will offer you an opportunity. Perhaps a check will arrive in the mail. Perhaps you'll get an idea so brilliant it will change your entire financial destiny. It matters not how. The ways and means will always remain hidden to logic until the moment of fulfillment.
but they are set in motion the moment you speak with belief. I am not telling you to lie to yourself. I am telling you to speak the truth of the unseen, for what you speak in faith becomes fact. And when you declare, I am abundant, even in the face of lack, you are not lying. You are aligning with a deeper truth than what the senses report. Remember, the senses are slow. They are always showing you the past, the echoes of old assumptions. But you are not your past assumptions. You are free now in this moment to create anew, and you do so by changing your inner speech. Speak these words until they become your natural state. Speak them when you're walking. Speak them when you're alone. Speak them in silence and in joy. Say, money is natural to me. Wealth surrounds me. I expect riches everywhere I go. One day very soon you will wake up and realize you are living in the very wealth you once only imagined, because you dared to speak it first. Never let your speech drift into doubt. Never confess limitation, even in jest. Every word you speak is a command to the subconscious mind, and the subconscious has no sense of humor. It accepts what you speak as law. So speak only what you wish to experience. If ever you feel fear or lack rising, pause. Do not feed it. Replace it. Close your eyes and affirm again. I have more than enough. Money is pouring into my life. I am free. I am safe. I am wealthy. You must reprogram your inner vocabulary until it reflects the wealth you desire to see. The words you speak will either bind you or liberate you. They will either delay your good or deliver it. The wealthy man and the poor man may live on the same street, go to the same stores, eat the same food, but their inner speech is worlds apart. One affirms plenty, the other affirms lack, and life, being no respecter of persons, simply fulfills what each one believes. So do not envy the wealthy. Do not resent the rich. Instead, join them in consciousness. Speak as they speak. Feel as they feel. Assume their state, not outwardly, but inwardly, and watch your world transform. There is no limit to how much money can flow into your life. There is no ceiling on the abundance that can find you. But there is a limit on what you allow yourself to believe. And that limit is shaped by your inner speech. So raise the bar. Expand the self-talk. Speak boldly. Declare that which your heart longs for, not as a beggar, but as a creator. When doubt comes knocking, as it surely will, do not answer the door. Speak again. Speak louder within. Drown out the fear with truth. Say, I have already received. It is done. I now walk in the abundance that has always been mine. You will know it is working not when the outer world shifts first, but when the inner feeling becomes natural. When you can say, I am wealthy, and no longer feel resistance. When you speak it and feel a sense of calm, that is the sign that the seed is taking root. And the harvest, oh my friend, the harvest will come suddenly, effortlessly, as if the universe had been waiting all along for you to finally say the words with faith. So speak it now. Speak it daily. Speak it as your truth, because money is listening, and it always finds its way to those who speak as if they already have it. Money is not elusive. It is obedient. It goes where it is called by faith. It appears where it is welcomed without fear, and it remains where it is appreciated. So bless it. Speak kindly of it. Call it forth with joy, and then it will come. And when it comes, as surely it must, do not act surprised. Do not say, I can't believe it, because in doing so you deny the very assumption that brought it. Instead, rejoice with quiet confidence. Smile and say, of course it came. It had to come. I assumed it. I spoke it. I lived it before it was visible. This is the way of the mystic. This is the way of the awakened man. He does not need the world to change first. He changes his conception of himself, and the world obediently follows. There is no waiting, no doubting, only assuming and persisting in the assumption.
Your words are not idle. Every time you say, I am abundant, you plant a seed. And if you water it with repetition and emotion, it must grow. The universe has no choice but to yield what you have already claimed as true. The money you desire is already yours, in potential. The wealth you imagine exists in form unseen, waiting for the command of your word. You do not create it. You summon it. You do not beg for it. You claim it. And you do so by speaking as one who already possesses it. So begin now to speak the language of wealth. Let your inner conversations be filled with images of success. Let every silent whisper be a declaration of abundance. Let your thoughts become golden and your feelings saturated with affluence. Say it again and again. I am rich. I am blessed. I am one with the infinite source of supply. Remember this, it is not the intensity of the words, but the constancy that matters. A quiet whisper, repeated with faith, can overturn a lifetime of poverty thinking. Do not strive. Do not force. Simply persist. Let the new speech become natural. Like breathing. You must be vigilant, not in fear, but in awareness. Catch yourself the moment you slip back into old patterns. Replace every thought of worry with a thought of certainty. Where once you said, I don't know how I'll make it. Now you say, money always shows up on time. I am always provided for. This is not delusion. This is vision. This is knowing that what you declare within must soon appear without. Just as the fruit is the inevitable result of the seed, your experience of wealth is the natural result of wealth-based thinking and wealth-based speaking. Do not let the world shake your faith. It is your own inner speech that matters, not the noise outside. If all men declare you broke, but you speak within that you are rich, then you are rich indeed. The world will adjust to your voice. Creation listens only to the one who dares to believe against all appearances. Here lies the wonder of the law. You need not speak to anyone else. You do not have to announce your wealth to the world. You need only speak within, in the silence of your imagination. And the world will echo your declaration in due time. It will whisper back in bank balances, in new opportunities, in unexpected miracles. It will nod in agreement to the truth you dared to believe first. So trust the process. Trust the power of your own voice. Speak as though the money were already yours. Because in the realm of imagination, it already is. And imagination, my friend, is the only reality. There is no power outside of you, no agency you must wait on, no condition that must be met. The only condition is the assumption. And the assumption is established by the word you continually speak within. So speak wealth, and wealth will answer. If you fall into old patterns again, do not fear. Do not condemn yourself. Simply begin again. Speak again. Assume again. This is a path of grace, not punishment. There is no failure, only correction. Every moment is a new opportunity to begin creating from the inside. Speak this when you rise in the morning. Speak it while you walk. Speak it while you work. Speak it silently, in crowded rooms, and boldly in solitude. Speak it when you're afraid, and speak it when you feel strong. Say it, I am wealthy. Money loves me. I am always provided for. Then let the feeling follow. Let the joy of that assumption soak into your being. Walk with your head high, not because of what the world shows, but because of what you know to be true. You are not waiting on wealth. You are becoming it. You are not pursuing riches. You are embodying them. As you continue this sacred practice of inner speech, you will notice something remarkable. The world begins to bend. The people around you shift. Events rearrange themselves. Coincidences multiply. You are no longer reacting to the world. You are creating it. The cashier smiles and says you've won a prize. The email arrives with a job you didn't apply for. An old friend calls with an investment opportunity. These are not random. They are the offspring of your assumption. They are the fruits of your inner voice. You spoke, and the world obeyed. Never again say, I hope it comes. Say instead, it is done. Never again say, I'll try to be wealthy. Say, I am already wealthy. For it is the feeling of already having that draws the thing desired. This is your secret power. This is the ancient key. This is what the mystics, the prophets, the sages knew. That man becomes what he speaks in silence. That the word is not just the beginning, but the very substance of reality. You were never meant to struggle. You were never designed to suffer lack. Your very nature is abundance. Your birthright is wealth, and your destiny is fulfillment. But you must claim it. You must speak it. You must assume the state of the one who has, and persist in it until it becomes real to you, and then it becomes real to all. You must understand, this isn't mere philosophy or fanciful thought. It is divine law, the law of consciousness, of imagination, of inner speech. It governs all. Everything you see in your bank account, your home, your surroundings, your status, these are not fixed realities. They are reflections of old inner conversations, long forgotten declarations. You once spoke within yourself. Change those conversations and the outer forms must obey. So now you must take responsibility, not in fear, but in power. For if your words have created what is, then your words can create what will be. This should fill you with excitement. For nothing and no one can stop a man who understands that his voice is creative, his speech is sacred, and his assumption is law. Start today by observing your thoughts. Are they drenched in worry or filled with confidence? Do you speak as a beggar or a master? Do your words celebrate wealth or complain about its absence? This awareness is the beginning of transformation. Whenever you catch yourself saying something rooted in limitation, stop and speak again. Speak differently. Replace it on the spot. If you hear, "I'll never get ahead," replace it with, "I always rise higher and higher." If you hear, "I can't afford that," replace it with, "Money always finds a way to reach me when I need it." Let your words become spells that summon prosperity, not chains that keep you stuck. Yes, at first it may feel unnatural. It may feel false. But that is only because you've spent years repeating the opposite. Like a river that's been flowing in one direction for decades, your words must carve a new course. But persist, and soon it becomes effortless. Soon, abundance is your natural language. Speak as though every word were a brushstroke painting the masterpiece of your life. Do not throw away your words like broken glass. Use them with precision. Speak as a sculptor, chiseling your future from the marble of imagination. Remember, wealth is not just paper, coins, or digital numbers. It is a state of mind, a knowing, a quiet confidence that you are supported by the infinite. When you dwell in this state, when you speak from this state, money must appear, because it is drawn to certainty like water to gravity. You are not separate from the source of wealth. You are one with it. The entire universe is within you, waiting for your command. And that command is given not by shouting but by assuming. Assume you are already what you want to be. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Assume and then speak from that assumption. Not toward it, not about it, but from it. Speak as though you are already living the life, and you will find that life rushing to meet you. Speak this now. I no longer chase money. I attract it. I no longer strive. I allow. I no longer wish. I know. As you repeat these words, feel the shift within. Feel your body soften. Feel your breath deepen. That feeling of relief is the signal. That is the magnetic field you're generating. That is what brings money fast. Not tension, not worry, but relaxation and conviction. Everything responds to state, and your state is determined by your speech. This, my dear friend, is the great mystery revealed. That creation is finished, and you simply select which version of reality you wish to experience, by what you accept and affirm as true. How do you accept something as true? You speak it, you affirm it, you imagine it. You live it on the inside until the world outside bows to your declaration. Speak with authority. Speak with conviction. Speak with love. And watch, money will find you fast, as money finds you. Do not be startled. Do not treat it as a stranger. Welcome it like an old friend returning home. You see, money responds to familiarity. It flows where it is embraced, not where it is doubted. And the more often you speak abundance, the more at home it feels in your life. Speak wealth as your native language, and soon it will be your native condition. This is why you must never speak against your desires, not even in jest. Every joke about being broke, every sigh of limitation, every careless word of worry, they all carry weight. The subconscious mind takes everything you say literally. It knows no humor. It doesn't evaluate. It simply obeys. So if you say, "I can't catch a break," it complies. If you say, "I'm always broke," it fulfills. But if you say, "Money is always seeking me, prosperity clings to me like air," then that becomes your experience. You need not shout to be heard. Whisper it if you must, but whisper with conviction. Let your words soak deep into your being, until they are no longer affirmations, but truths, until they are no longer hopes, but facts. You must become one with the wealth you speak of. You must feel it wrap around you, like a garment. What would a rich man think right now? What would he say? How would he walk? Breathe, decide. Speak from that place. When you face a bill, don't flinch. Smile and say, "This is nothing. I always have more than enough." When you desire something that seems out of reach, say, "That belongs to me." The way to it will reveal itself. Keep your inner speech high, and the world will rise to match it. You do not need to manipulate the world or change others. You only need to change what you are saying within yourself.
The world is already equipped to bring you what you want. It is your words, your assumption, that turn the key. Speak it, feel it, become it, and the world will reflect it. A man who knows this law becomes serene. He no longer panics. He no longer scrambles. He becomes still, because he understands that his inner command is final, that all things must yield to the one who dares to declare with unwavering belief, "You are that one." You would not be hearing these words if you were not ready to embody this truth. You are not here by chance. Something in you called this forth. Something in you already believes, already knows, already remembers how powerful your word is. So why delay? Why not begin now, in this very moment, to revise your self-image and speak as one who already possesses it all? The moment you begin to speak as if it were already done, you collapse time. You bring the future into the now, and the more you speak in harmony with your desire, the faster the evidence will appear. There is no waiting with God. There is no waiting with imagination. The only delay is in your speech. Align your word with the end you desire, and time must fold to match your declaration. Say it now again, and say it with the tone of certainty. I have everything I need. I am financially free. I am a channel for infinite wealth. I am supported by a generous, loving universe. Say it like a truth that cannot be denied. Say it like it's already written, already carved into the fabric of reality. And it is. Keep speaking, keep affirming, keep assuming, until it no longer feels like a practice, until it becomes who you are. Because the moment you become it within, nothing can stop it from appearing without. And so, my friend, let this truth echo in the chambers of your soul. You do not wait for money. Money waits for you to speak. The power is not out there, scattered in circumstance, hidden in some distant opportunity. It is within you, now, in the very words you choose to affirm. Your inner speech is not idle. It is divine instruction. It is the unseen architect of your reality. If you dare to speak wealth, feel wealth, live wealth within, then by law wealth must come, not slowly, not someday, fast. You are not a victim of fate. You are not at the mercy of the economy, the job market, or the opinions of others. You are the operant power, and that power is always operating through what you assume to be true, through what you continue to speak, when no one else is listening. So from this moment on, speak only abundance, speak only certainty, speak only what you wish to receive. Let your voice, silent or aloud, become the vibration that wealth recognizes and rushes to meet. Speak this, and money will find you, fast,